are on to the full moon. Let's take a look at this Pisces full moon, October 6th, 2025. Sun is in Virgo. Moon is close to Ceres in Pisces. Oh yeah. Let's start with the main features. Like what are we looking at here? We have a Virgo Sun Pisces Moon axis. We have ruler of Sun, Mercury, really heavily affected. We're going to look at that pretty closely. Mercury is under it. And we have the basket still in 0-degree formation. Zig, zag, zoom. Yeah, let's start there. That's enough. We'll start there. There's a lot of other stuff going on, but we'll build it in and take a look at it through the context of these main events. So we have a Virgo Sun, we have a Pisces Moon, and this axis represents the left brain, right brain split. It represents logic and intellect versus intuition, vivid inspiration. It represents the body, it's Virgo, versus the spirit, it's Pisces. And in that dichotomy, we see the limited, discrete, measurable, and finite part of us, our body, compared in contrast to the unlimited, infinite. I just want to illustrate that this dichotomy between Virgo and Pisces sets up a contradiction between the limited and the limitless, the discrete and the unbounded. It also sets up a little bit relationship between waking life, like Virgo is the waking mind, the logical mind, the rational mind, the mind of critical analysis and everyday thinking. And Pisces is the dream. It's the dreaming mind. It's the dream itself. It's where everything starts to break down, So when we look at what they do, Virgo organizes and compares in order to categorize. That's what Virgo does. Virgo organizes and it compares what it's organized. It compares them to each other in order to categorize. It's the Virgo priority. It's a Virgoan prerogative. Pisces dreams and it seeks awe. A-W-E, awe. Pisces dreams and seeks awe in order to transcend. Now, those are totally different prerogatives. Those are what you have when you end up bridging successfully the Virgo Pisces axis. When you build a bridge across that gap, you have spiritual science. You have sensible mysticism. It's such a powerful axis. It's amazing. Although, the Pisces Virgo axis is amazing on its own, but this split, this Virgo Pisces split is further dichotomized because we have Jupiter square to Pisces, and Jupiter square to Virgo. Now I know Jupiter's square to Eris and Chiron in Pisces and square to Mercury in Virgo, but just the stars, like we can consider Jupiter to be kind of T-squaring the axis of Virgo and Pisces. And likewise, Pluto T-squares the axis of Virgo Pisces. So things are already polarized between Pisces and Virgo. This is like a powerfully polarized axis because they deal with two distinct ends they deal with two extremes, and the spectrum in between those extremes is often hard to reconcile, often hard to navigate holding both of the extremes as you navigate the whole spectrum. Now Pluto is going to exacerbate this, and Jupiter is going to exacerbate this. Jupiter squares take things to extreme, and Pluto squares polarize. Okay, now on top of that, Pluto, Jupiter, Eris Chiron, and mighty, mighty Mercury all form a grand cross this month. Now, yes, a grand cross is the most potently powerful formation in astrology. If you want to get something done, uh, there's a lot of ways to do it. I'm not insinuating that grand trines don't also have power. A grand trine is like gentle power. Grand trine is like the power of water, waves at the beach that just end up wearing down, and over time they dissolve the rock. The grand cross is like a lightning strike that just obliterates the rock. It's often fraught with challenge and difficulty, but when the grand cross is able to express its full potential, there's not a lot that can stand up to it. There's not a lot. By comparison, it is the most potently powerful formation in astrology. Now, that could be a good thing, or it could be a bad thing. And in this case, I'm gonna put neutrality on it, because the idea that it all comes down on Mercury is compounded by a yod, Mercury yod, Uranus, Neptune. Now, Mercury yod, Uranus, Neptune is going to make things strange. They will be strange this month. They will be bizarre and surreal. And this could have to do with monies. This could have to do with realities, or reality. And presumably there is just one at some level of all this, and that's Pisces. That's what Pisces stands for. I can't express how a chart like this puts pressure on Mercury, and I can express how Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. I know there's different ideas about that. I know Virgo is a contested territory. We have arguments for Ceres, strong arguments for Venus. Maybe other arguments exist, even strong ones, but I'm still going to go with Mercury on this one. Be that as it may, that Mercury does or doesn't resonate with Virgo as the sole ruler. I've seen powerful resonance, and I give it the primary correlation as a planet to Virgo. So this is going to trickle down. It's going to trickle down to Sun. It's going to trickle down to Mars. And this weirdness, this bizarreness, this potent desire for transformation, and this willingness, Jupiter square, willingness to go too far, compounded by an opposition to Eris Chiron, the chaos, the primordial wound, the primordial wound, the pain of existence. The Mayans called it the burden of time. They depicted it as a gigantic fucking rock that a person is carrying on their back. You can see in the Mayan solar calendar, the burden of time, the Ha'ab is often depicting this, not so much the Zolkin. So this looks really difficult for Mercury. He's in a grand cross with Pluto and Eris and Jupiter, who's turning everything up. He's yod to Uranus, Neptune, one of the most bizarre and disorienting configurations I can think of. And this yod and the grand cross will put a lot of pressure on Mercury. This looks like a lot of anxiety. Looks like a lot of what we experience as pressure psychologically. And if all that sounds brutal, this is the degree, Mercury's degree, of the next new moon. This is, this maybe not this exact degree at 37 degrees of Virgo, but in this formation, in this grand cross, in this yod, making these same alignments, the October new moon, yeah, it fulfills that criteria, unfortunately. The basket's still in 0 degree of activation. So it's going to be in like a basic formation. It'll still be in formation February 20th when the Saturn-Neptune conjunction perfects, February 20th, 2026. And that'll perfect 2 days after a North Node eclipse in Aquarius. And that's 6 months away. So the synthesis of all this, oh, my friends, how do I take all this and put it into one quick place in a constructive way, in an uplifted way? I don't think even just staying home, if you can stay home and work from home, or if you have the liberty of hiding under your rock for a month, I don't know if that's gonna change anything or save you. This Mercury anxiety could really trickle into a lot of people's lives, just about the state of the world. Like what's going on? You know, who are these people and what are they doing with society? Kind of feels like the beatings will continue until morale improves, which is unfair. I can't make an argument for life that life is fair. I don't believe that it is. I haven't seen that. That's not very helpful or constructive, is it? What do we say about this? This is a month that looks like it's going to test everyone's ability to handle anxiety. And I think the more we understand about the internal conflict, the pull, the desire to move forward past all this, and the prerogatives of the collective unconscious and subconscious that are still working out those karmas, to understand that and then just take what emerges out of this lunation as, a test. That's what it looks like. Looks like it'd be a strong test this month. Something for the warriors. So I hope that you've all got your meditation skills practiced and you're able to keep some kind of connection to the I at the center of the storm.